Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know it can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you. King Roman news, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news, King Roman news. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this
show. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know it can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you. King Roman news, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news, King Roman news. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, news crew. What up, what up, what up? What's going on with y'all? What's up? Shout out to y'all. real quick, please let me know how my sound is because when I watch it on a replay, it always sounds a little bit funky. So let me know if it's staticky. Let me know if it's too loud. I tried to turn my mic down a little bit so that it can sound just right. Y'all let me know. What up, Leak You? Shout out to Leak You. What up, Chef Don Don? Good morning, boss. Hope you are doing well. Yes, I am. And shout out to you. I hope you're doing well as well. How do I sound, you all? Somebody let me know. Put a one in the chat if I sound okay. Good morning. Ooh, that tastes really, really good. Nobody, anybody, somebody let me know. Come on, y'all. Good morning, News Crew. Shout out to the 12 people here. Can anybody hear me? Maybe my Wi-Fi going slow. Maybe I don't see it, but it sounds a little staticky to me. But I'm gonna keep the show rolling. Thank y'all for being here this morning. It's always a pleasure to be with you all. I've had a chance. You sound good and clear. Come on, Mike. Okay, I sound good. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Miss Margot. Thank you for being here, Miss Margot. I appreciate it. So I've had a chance to, after yesterday's live, we literally were live when details of this case were dropping. And so I didn't have a chance to gather all of that information. So after I got off live, I was able to see the full picture of what went down. Now, not saying the things that we talked about was wrong or anything, but we just didn't have all the timestamps, the juicy details. So today I have all the juicy details, and we have two witness statements. We have shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, shout out to DJ Academics, and shout out to Storm Monroe. Storm Monroe did an interview with one of the witnesses yesterday, and I grabbed a little clip of that because it proved a point that all of this goes through. So I wanted to break this down for you all, what I saw, all of the details of this crazy, crazy situation. And again, rest in peace to Takeoff, born June 18th, 1994 to November 1st, 2022. His birth name is Kirsch Nick Kari Ball. And he was 28 years old. Yesterday I said 26, but he's 28 years old when he passed away. Shout out to him. I also wanted to send my condolences to his mom. Couldn't find a real good picture of her, but this is her. She's the woman with sort of the white hat on. Shout out to the mother. I know she's going through a lot right now. Rest in peace to you. And the police are definitely going to work on this case. We're going to get into the press conference as well. But before I begin, and I know it gets on y'all nerves, but it don't matter to me. Oh, wait. Can turn be a little. I don't want to put on my earplugs. Oh, okay. No, thank you. All right, so before I get into that, I do want to, of course, annoy you all a little bit, just to let you all know how much I appreciate y'all being here with me this morning, rocking out. But before I do that, I have to give my disclaimer because everything we talk about here is going to be allegedly. I am not a police officer, nor am I a detective, nor am I an investigator of this case. But I do want to make sure that you know that any of my views or opinions and facts discussed on this channel, and specifically this live, are for the commentary, critiquing, and analyzing of current trendy topics and local news. Now, all personal opinions are not to be considered a verified fact, and I strongly encourage you to conduct your own unbiased research. All things from this point on are allegedly and should serve as the basis for our discussion. And as well, here's my copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. This is for the purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Let's get into it. So like I said, yesterday I got a chance to go back and see some of the things that I didn't necessarily get a chance to see initially in the beginning. And so I wanted to go ahead and break some of that down for you. There go my Marty. What up? Hot Spicy Tea? Good morning. Yes, and make sure y'all hit that like button on your way into the room. It is morning. It is 6:40 a.m. I hope y'all are up, either laying in bed in your office, got you some coffee. I'm really, really up. If anytime y'all see a live 6:30 a.m., that means Roman has been up. So I've been up pretty much doing personal and professional things. But I definitely, when I started putting stuff together, I said, I want to share this with the crew. And out of that, it's because I really, really appreciate y'all. So let me break it down for y'all. Before we begin, I do want to let y'all know how much I appreciate you all for being here with me this morning. I truly, truly do. I kind of feel like I get to pull the story together. We talked about was it over dice on the first live related to Takeoff's fatal uh, passing away, and now we get to talk about actually what happened as these new details emerge. And I think, crew, after today, we'll be able to put some of what we think happened. So again, shout out to the crew for being here, holding me down every morning like y'all always do. I fucking appreciate it. Y'all don't know what it means to me. It means a lot. I watch other chats and I watch other folks, and I'll be like, oh, the crew be coming through. So y'all be coming through. I appreciate the love. Shout out to the members and the moderators. Y'all know how much I fucking appreciate y'all in the building. Thank you so, so much. And I know it's early in the morning, but y'all still here. And even to the replay gang, I appreciate y'all. Members, moderators, even the subscribers of the replay gang. I appreciate you for tuning in and checking in with Roman. Y'all the dopest subscribers. And if you in here right now, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Give me an early jump. Give me a heads up. We 11 minutes into this live. How about you hook me up with some likes? Because all likes matter. I don't discriminate. I don't care where you at. Work, home, office, car, on top of somebody, below somebody. Hit that like button. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I appreciate all the subscribers who come. And then for those who do leave and then come back, I appreciate you too. Now, at the end of this live, if you do want to show me some love, you can always send a Cash App to $ Roma L. Jackson. Much love, and it's always appreciated over here. It goes to support me directly. You feed me throughout the day. You absolutely keep me fed. You also upgrade our equipment, and you keep me looking like I'm really over here doing this thing. Okay? I said if the $20 happen on Twitter, I'm going to have to ask the crew to see if they want to go ahead and get me a professional subscription. So let's get into this. All right. So yesterday, I did my live early in the morning because I saw this. This is the first thing that most of us all saw. We woke up and saw. I didn't even plan my live yesterday to talk about the situation, but I saw this. So we all saw this tweet of this picture and these text messages. So what did I do? I came live and said, oh shit, y'all. So here's what happened. But I didn't necessarily put a timestamp and sort of a full picture and narrative behind what we saw. And thanks to DJ Academics, I reshared it on my community wall. After this live, make sure y'all go check that video out because it substantiates everything that I'm telling you here. And I add a little bit more to what he said and pulled some clips together to just make what he said even more credible. Now, let me put this disclaimer out. Both DJ Academics and myself understand who the fuck we're playing with. DJ Academics in his video made it very clear that him interviewing the girl would be like him snitching. He understood the street ties. He understood that. So he walked around it. He tiptoed around it. He did as much as he could. I'm going to drive y'all straight there. I don't have no ties or none of that shit. None of that shit. I'm not connected. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not in industry. I'm just an innocent YouTuber. Get less than like 400, 300 views on a video. I ain't that major. So I don't have a problem sharing it with you all. So I'm going to walk y'all all the way through it because I know there were some things that DJ Academics wanted to say, but out of he prefaced his conversation by saying, he said this. He said that Charlotte Maine called him and told him, hey, and he was saying that because he has to learn how to maneuver around these situations. So he said, if I'm a little political tonight, basically, understand I'm learning how to maneuver around it. So I said, I see what you see and you see what I see. So I'm going to be doing the same thing, but I'm going to drive us straight to where you're going to understand what he was saying, what I'm saying, and what one of the witnesses. Now we got a witness who was there on recorded audio saying what the majority of people are saying. Now, remember yesterday, I told you all, basically what I said was it was a dice game and Quavo lost 7 stacks and he was talking shit. And one of his people pulled out a gun on allegedly, baby, allegedly a gun on somebody talking shit. Instead of hitting the person, it struck Takeoff. That's what we all sort of been sticking to, and everyone's been saying this point, and that somebody on the opposing side put out their gun and returned fire, striking Takeoff again. Now, people are saying he was struck in the neck, the torso, the head, multiple places, but I'm not going to show the video and I'm not going to show the picture. But if you go back to look at it yourself, you will see he was definitely struck in the upper part of his body, like upper part. So I'll leave that up to you all to go determine. But that's where we left off with. That's all the information I had. I didn't have nothing else. Well, now we got a picture of what the fuck went on. So let's get into this. So after I saw this yesterday, right, I was like, oh, we started talking about the picture and we started, really pulling together. Okay, so here's what went on. Well, the girl who tweeted this, now if you notice on this tweet, it's 6:45 a.m. I was gearing up to go live. So I just grabbed this tweet, so she tweeted this, and we talked about this yesterday. She talked about, I'm gonna speak on this bullshit because I feel like I got to. I was there right next to Takeoff. They wasn't arguing about shooting dice. Quavo was pressed and Takeoff was hit by stray bullets, shot for no reason. Rest in peace, Takeoff. He didn't deserve that. He was to himself the whole night. Now, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, this could be banter. I didn't really feel like there was any weight to it until what she was saying started matching up with other things that was going on. So let's get into it. So this is the girl in question. I don't know her name, and we're gonna, for the purposes of this live, we're gonna call her witness number one. So witness number one, she after that tweet yesterday, 6:45 a.m. in the morning, she couldn't just leave that shit. And here's where I had to start picking up following the case. So she tweeted all of that shit out yesterday and got a shitstorm. Girl, why you posting that? What's going on? Tell more details if you know what's going on. And she felt that heat. So after she felt that heat, she started tweeting more. So here's the next tweet that I didn't talk about on my live that I picked up now, and it's going to start adding more to the picture. So she picked up on this tweet, and let me shout out to the crew. I see y'all popping in here this morning. What up, Cassandra Green? Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. What up, Miss Toby? Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, I won't. I won't at all. I'll make sure that everything is clear and clean and cut. Thank you for being here too, Miss Toby. So we get to this main tweet that she posted yesterday. So people started asking her, girl, what the fuck? What are you doing? Why are you posting? Do we got another PNB Rock situation where people posting trying to gain clout off of posting pictures of a fatal situation? And she took to Twitter to say, I didn't come on here for clout. I'm sad I watched somebody who was out the mix the whole time get killed on accident. They wasn't arguing about dice. Takeoff wasn't even shooting with them. Now, here's where we have to sort of take a pause on that. So she's talking about this event. So we didn't have enough details about the event. So this was an event by Jazz Prince Jr.'s son. Now, if you don't know anything about Jay Prince, the whole Jay Prince family, Jay Prince is an executive. We'll say that for business purposes, he's an A&R executive. However, in the streets, he's the CEO of this organization called Mob Ties. And I looked to see what Mob Ties was, and we'll talk about that in a few. But Mob Ties is sort of like the money management team. If you know TMT, and you know how they sort of protect Floyd Mayweather, they have that prestige. We don't know what other services they provide and who else they protect. But then you have this Mob Ties. So when you go to Houston and you're a celebrity and you want to go to you want to go get down in the nitty gritty, you reach out to Jay Prince and Mob Ties. You check what they call a check-in. So here I go. You mean to tell me I got more money in my bank than you and I got to check in with you? Okay. All right. That I don't need to be there. That was my thing. What the fuck am I being somewhere where I got to go check in? But some people are native to what they know. So Jay Prince, this guy, decides to throw a bowling party. So he puts these details up on his Instagram. Bowling party tonight at 9 p.m. DM for details. Now, that was the second thing. He put this on his Instagram, public. We don't know who all DM'd him and told him they were coming, but we do know that the point of entry or anybody who was supposed to be there in terms of what the details we're going to talk about from the police press conference could have started from this invitation here. So that was the one piece that I didn't necessarily have together, that he actually had this party set up at this arena. Now, the other thing was it was at this 810 Billiards and Bowling location. So if you see now a better picture of how we saw Quavo, remember we saw in the picture him laying down on some pavement. I'm thinking it's in an arena. It's actually outside of the Billiards and Bowling alley, literally on the outside. And so here's another detail, and we'll talk about it later, but here's what the inside of it looked on the bowling side, but here's the side that was rented out for the private party that Jazz Prince threw. So as you can see, it's pooling table. What do they call these? Damn. Pool tables. There's pool tables. But there's where they were playing their dice game. And so while this is all going on, you have everybody sort of in this room. Now, Mob Ties is in there. I have this picture of, of Mob Ties. Everybody's in this room. So here's the pool table that they're around. Everybody's surrounding it. And you can see in the red, Quavo is looking at the camera. We'll talk about that later. But this is the room. This is where everybody's at. So now we get in the picture. There was an event. Jazz Prince threw the event, 9 p.m. Be there yesterday, November 1st. They all show up after they done checked in the hood with Mob Ties. Mob Ties is throwing this event. They all show up. They're in this space, and Quavo is losing all this motherfucking money in his room. And that's where, sort of some of the story I didn't have. I sort of had, they were rolling dice, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking it was outside. I'm like, why the fuck y'all outside? No, actually, it was sort of part of the planned activities. It was part of what they do. They roll dice. Now, I want to play this video for you all because if any of you are like me, you don't know what the fuck Mob Ties is, nor do you, if it ain't in your neighborhood or your area, you don't care. But Charleston White carefully broke this down for us, and I want to play this video of him telling from somebody who's native to the area, who's native to Texas. Now, Charleston White is talking, he's relative to Dallas, Mob Ties is in Houston, but he's explaining it to us folks who may be sitting in Maryland and California what this really is. So get into this clip real quick.
We not afraid of Jay Prince up here in Dallas. Homie, he ain't had no influence up here. His sons, none of that shit. My nigga right there, a nigga that come through and try to do something. Nigga, we some big dogs up here. Nah, homie, them niggas only big down now. Mob Ties don't exist up here because when the police kill some, where's Mob Ties? When we need murder solved in the community and these niggas kill babies, where is Mob Ties? When the women is getting beat and raped, where is Mob Ties, homie? Where is Mob Ties for the community program? Nigga, fuck Mob Ties, nigga. Harder we working for these kids up here. Don't bring no motherfucking Mob Ties up to me, nigga. Them niggas don't do a goddamn thing. For a motherfucking nigga around here, it's a nigga nation, nigga. Been here since the 60s. We don't give a fuck about no Jay Prince, nigga. He ain't never been able to reach his arms up here and help no nigga with no music career. Stay his ass in Houston. Him and his boys. So now, my nigga.
I mean, so you feel like Jay Prince needs to help more?
Man, Jay Prince keep doing what the fuck he doing. I'm telling y'all, Jay Prince don't run shit in Dallas.
Now, for all intents purposes, you sort of kind of see that Jay Prince having this Mob Ties connection. Now, Jay Prince and Jay Prince Jr., two different individuals. Jay Prince is the guy that you see riding around in a car with the rappers and shit like that. Jay Prince Jr., the son, is sort of the son over this Mob Ties organization. And so they have this sort of, we'll protect you, front going on. Now, I read a lot of things that said, they're finagling rappers. The rappers pay them, and they really ain't really doing much. And it's a lot of people that die related to Mob Ties. I don't want to get too involved in that. I don't know too much about that, but there is that mantra going on. So I played that to show you that wow, it's all this Mob Ties rhetoric about they're supposed to protect them. They're there. You can also see that this other sort of conversation in the community about against Mob Ties, sort of like, okay, and y'all put this front out in the world that y'all tough, but when y'all here, y'all not tough. So it kind of gives you sort of this, there's an event that Jazz Prince threw under the Mob Ties title. Quavo and them are there. You're in Houston and you hear about it. Anybody's liable to show up, given the fact that it really don't, there's no, nowadays the young niggas don't really even care who you affiliated with. They're going to come shoot at you regardless. So I wanted to show that. So I wanted to explain that. So then we move on to more of how this started playing out. So after we see that, right, after you see the Mob Ties, after you see all of, them in that room, she's tweeting more information about this event. So she goes on to tweet this. This came at 12:37 p.m. yesterday. So after getting all this heat from everybody and all these videos coming out and shit, she tweets, "Mob ain't shoot Jay. Junior wasn't even out there. Quavo was arguing with a random." So now we know it's a random guy she's arguing with, and that allegedly, that Jazz Prince Jr. had nothing to do with the shooting. He wasn't even out there, allegedly. That's what she's saying. Now, I want you to pay attention to that because that came at 12:37 p.m. yesterday in the afternoon. She had said that, right? She said that clearly Quavo was arguing with a random and she did not see Mob ain't shoot Jay. Junior wasn't even out there. All right. I want y'all to see that. That's what she said at 12:37 because she was getting mad heat. If you go look at her Twitter and replies, people were saying, you're clout chasing. Then who was it? Jazz Prince did it. Who did it? And they was trying to stick her. Now, if she's in the area of Houston, she's not going to want to be in this shit. She's not going to want to have to put her fingers on it. And that's the problem you run into coming out here with these instant pictures saying you know some shit. Oh, I was there. Okay, girl, you was there. What else you know? And that's what people have been doing to her. But she also knows that if I go too far and I start naming folks, then I might be in trouble. Because one thing that at the press conference, and we'll get to it, is that it was 40 people there and all of those people fled and no one knows anything. No one knows anything. No one saw anything. No one knows anything. Come on, y'all. Come on. Damn it, girl. You were standing literally next to Takeoff. Literally next to Takeoff. Like, literally, she was standing next to Takeoff. You see her? And you ain't see nothing? Fuck out of here. I ain't believing it, but we're going to carry on with the story. So now we got the event going on. Then at the event on the inside, that's when we start. Quavo and the guy, they not arguing on the inside, but he lost all that money. Now they're walking, they're exiting, they're leaving the outside to go to the next event. Now that's what we had right. We had that part right. We knew that it was a transfer from one thing to the next. It wasn't the end of the night. So they were going somewhere else. So I'm saying that all to say that they had an entourage. There's a group of people with them. Women, men, folks from another camp, their camp. Everybody that was there was pretty much leaving. And then I'm something else leading me to believe that people who came to the event, the patron, who wasn't affiliated with the private party, probably stepped outside too. Like, shit, Quavo and them out there, I'm about to go outside too. I can see my cousin now. Let's go outside. Go outside. So you got all these people now coming outside. And you have Quavo, we'll get into it, positioning himself. So after this tweet, Mob ain't shoot Junior, she put that out. That was the first thing she cleared up. She cleared that up. Let me get that out there. I don't want these fuckers. I don't want mob ties after my ass. Well, okay, girl, I'll give you that. So then the next tweet she puts out, and this is at 1:08 p.m. They wasn't arguing inside. It started 5 minutes after we got outside. We was finna go to the strip club. The argument started off as a joke, then escalated. Everybody was just outside taking pictures. As I said, everybody gonna come outside then. We all fuck that shit, bitch. I'm trying to get a picture with these, even if they ain't looking at it, bitch. See who I'm with, bitch. So everybody was outside. You gotta get the energy. You gotta feel everybody out there. They humped up. Celebrities humped up too, because they got people flocking to them. They got groupies and shit around them. So, and it's ego. I done lost all this money on the inside. Now we outside and everybody trying to, posture themselves. I'm Quavo. Even though I lost all that money, I'm Quavo. So now you get a picture of, okay, so ego's at play once they step outside. She also in this tweet goes on to say that it started 5 minutes after they got outside. So you already know tension was escalating. It was building. 5 minutes afterwards, damn bitch, I at least need to go smoke a whole fucking blunt, then come back to you and rethink about the situation. 5 minutes afterwards, niggas was mad. Niggas was pressed. Niggas was mad. They was walking to the door. Niggas was mad as hell. And let me get to these comments. I see y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, Kerr Vixen. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. Hey, Sophia. Good morning. Yes, I'm always doing my research and connecting the dots. Like, wait, Sticks girl. Hey, boo. That family always in something. Listen, this is when I unravel this is gonna be the cash apps and bullshit. Thank you for always coming through, cash apps. I appreciate it so much. Oh, I saw this morning. It was like 2-3 minutes. It was 0 in the chat. Nobody. I was like, damn. And I saw other major folks live. I'm like, shit, shit, shit. So thank y'all for being here. Y'all know that means a lot to me. Try not to blush and shit, but it means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just to listen to me break this shit down. And make sure y'all hit that like button too. Give me some likes up in here too. Hey V, good morning V. While dressing for work, have a great day. You too, V Lenore. Good morning. Good morning to you. Shout out to V Lenore. She's coming in the room. The junior is the foolishness. Bingo! Sophia, look like you was doing research too. Did you see that live? Good morning, Ashley Butter. Thank you. Good morning, Roman. Thank you for this. I didn't have a chance to get into anything. Thank you so much for coming through. Of course, anytime I find out some shit, I'm bringing it. I'm spilling it over here. She need to stay quiet before the police be. Hold up. Y'all moving. 3 heartbeats. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Yes, you moving. Look at Cash Apps. You on it. All right. So yes, she definitely should have been quiet. She should have created a whole nother Twitter and put the other picture out and said she was neither girl in there. But this is what happens, sweetheart. This is what happens. So same thing with the girlfriend of PNB Rock. That's why I said I don't apologize for how I felt, because when you put it out here, it's subject to our interpretation. You're not going to make me apologize for my opinion. I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. And she posted the picture. I felt how I felt. Same thing here. She posted this shit. We have this to examine. We would have never had some of these pictures if it wasn't for her. It tipped it off. Some of it tipped it off. So in that tweet, she goes on, we got outside. We was finna go to the strip club. The argument started off as a joke. Then it escalated. Everybody was outside taking pictures. So now, as you can see, I'll put this picture back up. Quavo was on the inside mad as a bitch. Look at this picture. Look at that picture. He was on the inside mad as a bitch. And she also goes on to say that, is this the one? That Quavo would literally had an attitude at the dice game, but they wasn't arguing about dice. He had been pressed. That's what they were saying. So now, as you notice in these tweets, as she started revealing more and more information, she's giving more and more that allegedly she didn't know. So now it's, everybody was just outside taking pictures. Then it's Quavo started having an attitude at the dice game, but they wasn't arguing about dice. He had been pressed. That's what they're saying. So when we look at this picture, you can see Quavo over there looking like, and it gave us more context. Quavo was pissed off. Quavo didn't want to lose no racks in there. He down in Houston. They just put out a video. And remember, I was telling you about there was some video leak. I'm thinking it was promo for that. No, but Roman was on it. You know what I'm saying? I was on it. I knew something was out. I'm like, are these niggas playing us? They did drop a new music video. Go check it out on their Vivo page. But they did drop a new music video. Had nothing to do with this. But it was funny because some of the video foreshadowed what happened. It's kind of sad. I know somebody gonna cover that and talk about that, but I didn't want to play the music video for the purposes of that. But get into this video. So here is the video, some video footage of Quavo actually arguing and what the argument was about. Now we all knew. I'm thinking it was about dice. Y'all playing dice. You arguing about the money loss. It wasn't even about the fucking dice, y'all. So get into this argument. Now, mind you, there's no nothing graphic in here, but you will hear gunshots and people running. So there's no graphic images, no nada, none of that stuff. But you will see the people running. And the point of this is for you to hear Quavo arguing and what he was arguing about. And so in that argument, you can hear that's sort of where they shift to outside, and that balcony that they're arguing on is literally the balcony that we see here in this picture, right there. So they're outside now, right there, where that man is standing outside. That's where we see, and you see the person running. You see the yellow sign. They're running back behind that yellow sign. It's amazing how when you put the shit together, it all makes sense now. And so they're arguing outside. Quavo is arguing because the guy is talking some shit. And I guess it was about him, how he played basketball, or he lost basketball games or some shit. And Quavo's telling the dude, you see how I played basketball yesterday, man? Don't come at me with that dumb shit, man. What the fuck, man? Come on. And so Quavo then decides to, all right, let's fucking go then. You want to rock? Let's go. Well, as Quavo is turning to move, some dude punches Quavo in the face. Quavo gets knocked the fuck out. And you will hear, I don't know if I have it, but go to Storm Monroe's page. Witness number 20 is over there. I got a clip that I'm going to play, but I didn't get the whole thing. You will hear her talk about how Quavo blacked the fuck out. I said, none of that shit. None of that. We didn't hear none of that shit. She didn't say nothing. I'm looking at all of this shit. I was looking at all her tweets. I'm like, okay, he blacked out. What was she? We didn't get none of that. So he blacked out. He fell out. Then the video I played on my other live was when we saw Quavo coming back up from being blacked out, seeing his partner on the ground like that. That's why he's all in a disarray, like, oh, whoa. And I'm saying that is because a lot of people were saying Quavo shot, Quavo did it. What the? Now, I know that we're in the day and ages where mental health is something that we put on everyone, but I don't think this was a mental health thing. I don't think Quavo out there, absolutely not at all. And when I watched the video again, Quavo was really, really distraught. Really fucking distraught. So is Q from QC, P from QC, Quality Control. All of them are distraught. So they're arguing outside. You see that argument. Dude punches him. All we know is, now here's where Roman picked up from yesterday, was that when he got punched in the face, that's when I told y'all that they were arguing, and then somebody from Quavo's team shot at the other side. I didn't know that the other side had punched him in the face first. So he drew a weapon. And when he drew the weapon, allegedly, when the weapon was drawn, allegedly, it struck Takeoff. Now, which I'm driving right through this bitch. Sorry, DJ Academics. You let me here, and I'm going to just drive it there. Fuck that. I knew what you was talking about. I read between the lines. DJ Act did a very good job of walking a very thin line of not getting himself caught up in bullshit. Very good job. I'm definitely going to reach out and give him some kudos on that. I like that. I like the way he did that. Fortunately, I'm just going to report how I saw it. So, knowing that Quavo was standing there, Jazz Prince Jr. was standing there. In another video, I'm not going to play here, but I shared it on my community on my Twitter page. You'll see Jazz Prince also riding in a vehicle with Quavo with a gun in the seat next to him. So we know that they had power there. We know that one of those two had power on them. They were strapped. It didn't look like Quavo was strapped or did anything because he got punched. So it just leaves who had the gun and who shot. Don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying the name, not putting a name on it. Anyways, that's what we saw. Arguing. One person got punched. Gun comes out. Now we get into the video of them arguing. And so after this argument, after that argument of them two arguing, then we get into this other tweet. So she says they were arguing about basketball, and we saw that. Now, a lot of that makes sense from what I shared to y'all about these text messages. Remember the text messages I showed y'all? Quavo was shooting dice, and he was getting his pockets broke off, and Quavo was, pressed, and all of that good stuff. Now this makes sense. At first, I'm looking like, damn, you did all that over dice. That's why I titled my live, all that over dice, but it wasn't really over that. It was really about an ego. It really was about an ego. So then we get to the point where then you see, this into question. So earlier, the girl said that Jay Prince Jr. was not there. She didn't see him at the scene. But there's been this footage that has come to light that actually shows Jay Prince Jr. there, not only there, but his demeanor and the things that he's saying is sort of opposite of what somebody would be saying and doing if a person on their team had got struck by somebody else. Read between the lines. And so I'm going to play this. It's only a 13-second clip and the volume is low. Turn your volumes up. Pull your phones close to you because it's only a 13-second clip and I literally had to snatch it. But you got to listen. he goes along the lines of saying, he's walking away from Takeoff lying there on the ground after this happened. Mind you, now we know what led up to this. Somebody got hit, somebody pulled a gun, Takeoff's on the ground, and then we have this video footage. Now we put some pieces together. So get into this video footage.
Oh my God.
All that shit, don't actually put that.
Maddie, come inside, Maddie.
Now, that's him walking away from what just went on. And somebody was trying to ask him what happened, what went on. And he's saying, don't ask me no fucking questions. Don't ask me no shit. So now that goes back to what I was saying about this girl who posted these pictures. And she went back to say, you remember what she said earlier? Now, we're not finna walk away from this shit like she didn't say it. Mob ain't shoot Jay. Junior wasn't even out there. Quavo was arguing with a random. Junior wasn't even out there. We just saw video footage of Junior out there. Not only did we see footage of him, but he's walking literally away from what was going on with sort of some, Now, this is allegedly, and this is coming from Roman. I'm thinking in my mind that if he accidentally struck Takeoff, knowing this, he's walking away like, fuck, man, don't ask me shit, man. Like, trying to figure it out, like, God fucking damn, this shit just happened. In my mind, allegedly, it could be somebody fucking else, and I pray to God that that's the case here. But as we're unraveling this, that's what it's appearing to be. And let me see what we think in the chat. Yeah, I was at both lives. Carrie King Roman getting your news. Thank you. Yes. Morton Roman on Subway head to work. Hey Tracy, good morning. Hope you have a good day at work. It's just so sad. They said Takeoff was the low-key one of the group. Yes, he was. He was very low-key, very much to himself. And, apparently he wasn't even playing dice. He wasn't doing any of that. He was minding his own business. And when he was outside, he wasn't even talking to anyone. He was just out there, just being amongst the crowd. He's typically the one that, if he's out, not a lot of people are running up to him. They don't really recognize him, nor does he put off that kind of energy where, you need to see me and be fandom. So real sad. Did you see it? You see it? I ain't never rock with Jay Prince and them. They known for shady business. If you go to Reddit, go to Atlantaology, Reddit, they break all of this shit down. A lot of my details and facts came from here. I'm putting it in the chat right now on Reddit. Not only do they keep up with this story, but they got all Atlanta news, all Atlanta hip hop gangster news. And so it's a great site, but they definitely keeping up on what's going on here. So if you want to check out more details, shout out to Atlantaology on Reddit. That's where I got a lot of this stuff together. So after we see them arguing, he walks past him. Now we sort of kind of got this picture in my mind, like, oh shit. That's where we left off yesterday. Like, okay, so now we sort of see what happened, who happened. Now let's get into, sort of the press conference. The press conference filled in a lot of the details that we didn't know, a lot of the technical details. I'm gonna play just a little bit of it, but before I do, I want to give you all of the details, because the detective had a message for the folks out there, but he slipped up, y'all. He slipped up and gave us too much information and didn't think Roman was gonna catch it. But I don't know the fuck you thought. I heard it and I said, play it again, and I rewinded it again. I said, am I listening to this right? And I played the whole thing again, and I said, wait a minute. So all right, so details are, they received a call at 2:34 a.m. Houston Police Department that this shooting had occurred. They arrived on scene, one male deceased. Two other victims had transported themselves by private vehicle back to the hospital. Now, the hospital has said that those two aren't suffering they're suffering non-life-threatening injuries. 40 people were there at this private party. There was an estimated 40 people. Now, I don't know how many other people were in the establishment and how many other people were outside coming to it, but we know 40 people at least were involved with just this particular party. They also said that after all of this, they all gathered in the front of the door. Like I initially stated, they all gathered right here at this front of the door. And so that's where we saw most of this incident take place. Here's the details that really stuck out. After the shooting occurred, everyone fled the scene. So as we're seeing these people flee the scene, before when police arrived, most of those people were gone. Most people were gone. They didn't want to be questioned. Nobody know anything. Nobody didn't see anything, and nobody heard anything. Which, let's stay to those details. And so another part of the story is they found 2 firearms on the scene, and they found some some casings. They're tracing the casings that they found on the scene as well. So they said it'll take some, maybe 24 to 48 hours, but they're tracing those as well. So we'll get more information. Hopefully the gun was registered, and that's how you get a bitch. Hopefully the gun was registered, and that's why I'm putting this out here like this, because it's not me feeling like it's one way or the other. These are the details of the case. These are the facts of the motherfucking case. I can't make this shit up. And shout out to the 42 people in the room. I hope y'all had the light. Thank y'all for being here this morning. I appreciate that shit. Thank you. Shit, I had to take a moment to thank you. Hey, it feels good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I definitely sat and did my motherfucking research for y'all. All right, so I want to play this part of the press conference. Now, here's what I'm going to say it so y'all can hear it. So he's talking about the case, right? They basically have wrapped up all the details. And so they're getting to the point where he's saying, we want the person to come tell us, come talk to us. But he slips up and says, the 2 people involved, we'll get them. I said, 2 people. Now, whoa, we already know that one person shot and another person retaliated. So if they know it's 2 people, they've seen some camera footage, y'all. I guarantee it. And throughout this press conference, they definitely said things like, we have, a lot of different things, but we want the public. We want y'all to come tell us. We want the person involved to step up. We don't want to have to go and get them. You only say that to people when you know who they are and there's a respect level there. Like maybe you do have ties to the community. I'm just saying some shit, y'all. I'm listening. So let me play this part and y'all see if y'all catch the slip up like I caught the slip up. Because I definitely was like, who you talking about, Sway? What you talking about? What you talking about? It was at the 28:52 mark.
I don't want to speculate.
Hold on. I thought I had
At least 2 individuals.
All right. Y'all get into this.
It's not just hip hop. It is that age, and we need to give them some help. We've done a lot of things in our city. We need to cultivate them, be there and support them. Now, there's a few in any population or any community that are just evil, and that's a very few. And I don't know the backgrounds of these people. Let us find out who did it. Let us do our investigation. But those individuals that I talked about that are committing crime after crime, don't know if this is the case here, but we do have at least two individuals pulling triggers around here. We're going to get them in custody, okay? Let me get her, and then I'll come back.
Wait, wait.
And then we got.
Wait, wait. We got who? What, huh? Did y'all hear that? Am I tripping? Is that something you shouldn't take heed to? Is that a just an element of surprise? What? 2? Now, mark my words, it's 7:19 a.m. Whenever they come out with whomever are the suspects, if it's 2, I want y'all to know I was already tuned into that shit. 2? So now we know that there were definitely 2 points of entry into Takeoff. There had to be 2. If you have 2 suspects. 2? I don't know if y'all heard what I heard. What's up? Oh, good morning, Joe. What up, Joe? What up, Marty? What up, Ox City 805 Queen? Good morning to you, boo. Good morning. 3 heartbeats. Hey. Good morning, King Roman. You are really breaking things down. Yes, thank you. And good morning to you, Esther. Yes, it's a lot clearer now. It's a lot clearer. Absolutely. No, I know that for a fact. that, I mean, I can't say it for a fact, but we know that for certain that there were two that, retaliated. But the fact that these are details that the police are actually claiming as well, it goes to show that they have been doing some more in-depth investigating, like possibly looking at surveillance video footage, because that's clear as day. You can clearly see on a camera who struck what. You can stop it, they can edit it, they can zoom in and out, and that's just stuff they haven't released. And I think they're skirting around that because I do think they want whomever's involved to sort of bring themselves in. I do think they are extending a courtesy. I'll share the Houston Police Department press conference, and I want y'all to listen to it. It didn't come off as if they're thugs, criminals. It came off as, look, we need to get this shit together. Rappers, we need a meeting with all the rappers. Like, what's going on? It was more stuff like it gave me more of that kind of undertone. So after, sort of after that press conference, right? So here's a gotcha. So after that press conference, DJ Academics went live yesterday. He went live yesterday and he sort of broke down sort of all of what he knew. He gave us a dump dive, and that's when I really found out about Atlantaology, and how much information it has on there about a lot of shit. And so it has some more details. And ironically, guess who started tweeting? She's the girl who had been tweeting this whole time. She started tweeting. So now we had the press conference. Ack is live, blowing her up. He trying to interview her. He want to talk to her. He telling her right then and there. He's sending her messages while on live. She tweets this. This is what she tweets. I did 10:36 p.m. yesterday, y'all. Last night. I didn't see faces who fired shots. I could hear the whole altercation, but once fighting started, I went the other way. People can be mad and assume I'm holding back information, but it's not true. Girl, at this point, it's a little too late. It's a little too fucking late. You had all of this information. You definitely knew Mob ain't shoot Jay, and Junior wasn't even out there. And you knew who was arguing inside. You knew it was with a random. You knew all of that. But now all of a sudden you didn't see faces of who fired the shots, and but you could just hear the whole altercation. And once fighting started, you went the other way. I don't know, y'all. That is a little too coincidental. At least two. He did say two people, but it sounds like they have a lot of crime and know of two people roaming. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be here to stay tuned, but I want y'all to listen to that Houston. I definitely want y'all to listen to the Houston Police Department press conference. Speed past the translators. You can speed past. There's this other police officer you can speed past, but just this black guy I just showed you all. Listen to everything he says in that clip. It's definitely like he knows more than what he's telling. And of course, all the time they don't release a lot of stuff to us in the public, but it just comes off as if they already know, the gun shells tell them that. Yes, absolutely. The gun shells instantly it tells us and them the fact that it was two people present. But the fact that they're telling us out in the public, I thought that was ironic, given they need more information. We need more videos. We need people to call the number. And it's like, okay, all right. So I'm wondering if y'all want to build more of a case, maybe a narrative, or you really want this guy to come in, extend a courtesy. This was crazy, man. I think the crazy part was telling everybody is that Takeoff, he didn't even seem like he was that kind of individual. I was looking at pictures of him as a child, him with his uncle Quavo, and they look so adorable. And I was watching an interview between Quavo's mom and Takeoff's mom on the side of a football game, and they were so proud, so happy, that their sons are legends and all of this good stuff. And I was watching clips of Takeoff, at events and shit. And every time you see him backstage, he's doing goofy shit. He's having fun, spinning on a DJ, making people laugh, eating coconut bread, shit like that. So I think it caught us all by off guard, like, oh, Takeoff though. And then when you dig deep into it, he wasn't even involved in the situation. It's like, wow, if that's not gun violence, in the wrong hands, if that's not a clear evidence to your own people, these are people who fucking rap about this shit. Now it's in your face. Now you understand why people are saying y'all really need to tone that shit down. So I think it definitely is a slap in the face, right? I was at a party. They started shooting shit. I took off running. I didn't see nothing. Yeah. If you know, either you're gonna tell it or you're not gonna tell it, or you're not gonna say anything at all. You know what I mean? And so we get to that point. She has this tweet. People can be mad, and I'm assuming I'm holding back information. Well, yeah, people do assume you're holding back information at this point. So then we get to this second witness. Now, this second witness, Storm Monroe, had reached out to this girl. And, I said, that was a key in the book. As you see people tweeting shit, you go out, hey, girl, you want to come talk on my channel? You want to come talk? Want to come talk? He did that. He absolutely did that. Now, he brought her onto his channel. They had a great dialogue. I want you all to go check that out. I'll share that on my community wall as well. But they actually had a sit down. Now, I saved only a portion of this for the purposes of commentating, criticism, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, for us just to hear what is going on in this actual trending, newsworthy topic. So here's what she had to say. Now, given everything we just fucking broke down, everything we heard, everything we talked about, this girl, for me, she put the nail in the coffin. For me, she put the nail in the coffin. So listen to what she had to say. Now, I don't know if she lived there, and she definitely off camera covered up, but check out what she had to say.
Oh, shit.
And so everybody's saying, oh, well, this is Quavo fault. Quavo had nothing to do with the shit y'all talking about, bro. Y'all was not there when this happened. It had nothing to do with that. So all these 30-second videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he act whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like, nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll leave it at that. The only people who had firearms that night was the camp who protect Jazz. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
This shit is crazy. Did y'all hear what she said? Fuck all like everything else she said. Did you hear the last 5 seconds of what she said? The only people who had guns that night were the people there to protect Jazz Prince, is camp. Shout out to the motherfucking 49 in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here, baby. Now, that shit is crazy to me. Why you gotta troll me? Like, just leave me alone. That's all. Can you put some of them on link on your community? I absolutely will. I'll put all the links on my wall today. I'm gonna put Storm Monroe's link. I'm gonna put the press conference link on my wall as well, and I'm gonna put Charleston White's interview on my community wall. So I just want to play that again. She definitely had a lot of information. What up, Zap? Good morning, Zap. Shout out to Zap in the building. Shout out to Zap. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna play that again. She definitely put the nail in the coffin for me. For me. I heard that and I said, well, I'll be damned. So again, given what we've seen, how it started, how it broke out, who took the first punch, who pulled out the first, what we're seeing, all of this is allegedly. And then to have somebody who allegedly was there actually be recorded saying this is sort of, it's crazy. So here it goes again.
Oh, shit.
And so everybody's saying, oh, well, this is Quavo fault. Quavo had nothing to do with the shit y'all talking about, bro. Y'all was not there when this happened. It had nothing to do with that. So all these 30-second videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he act whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like, nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll leave it at that. The only people who had firearms that night was the camp who protect Jazz. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
I mean, that's crazy. Well, damn. Sassy, good morning, Sassy. Good morning. These young ladies need to be quiet. They are dealing with the long-standing Black Mafia clan. It's not safe to be talking. It's not you see Shorty came back. You see she came back last night after the press conference because the press conference was, I told you, it was merely, yo, we see the tweets, we see the videos, people sending us stuff. We see all of that. But we need y'all to call in. Call us. Come talk to us. You'll be anonymous. We'll protect. Let us do the work. Call us. Baby, I promise you, after she saw some shit like that, given the fact that her face and her Twitter is out here, all of that shit. Like, honey, did you not think that this is you? These are your tweets. These are your pictures. First, it came off you was showing that ass. Like, she got that ass all out. They call her cheeks on Twitter because her main costume, all the pictures on her page from her night being out was cheeks. So you showing you promoting, you sort of getting a little bit of clout off of this. At the same time, now you're being called to the rug to sort of help and corroborate. And you're now at a point where it's like, well, I don't know. I ain't see faces. I don't know who shot fires. All I did was hear the altercation. I went the other way. People can be mad and assume I'm holding back information. But honey, if you went the other way, I'm just trying to figure out how we get in, how all of these images occur. There's another image of, I think she's standing up against the wall as they're coming out of the club. And it's like, were you really? And, it sucks to be caught like this. Like, she's definitely caught. Your face is out there. They may not know your name, but you've already, definitely have replied to everybody on Twitter almost. You're giving more. I don't know if you're still talking now. I don't know if you're still talking, but it would be best if she did. A whole fact. It's crazy. Ain't it? It's crazy as hell. How she know who had firearms? That's a good ass point. Because according to her, Jay Prince wasn't out there, but then we see a video of Jay Prince out there. It's like, wait a minute now. What? They all need to stop talking. Clearly. I think what'll happen is enough information will be gathered by the Houston Police Department, enough to either formally approach her to come in for questions or proceed forward with what the information they have. Her and other people. Then you have this girl Ashley on Storm Monroe, giving that testimony, and she said some other things there. All of that stuff is credible. All of that stuff can be upheld in a court of law if they're trying to get somebody. This is expert witness testimony. This is firsthand. You were there. You claim to be there. You get yourself wrapped up in this shit. I don't want to interview nobody. I just want to watch from the sidelines and see the puzzle get put together. And I want to see justice for the family. I want to see justice for the mother. I was trying to see if he had any kids. Everybody was trying to find out if he had kids. If you type in Google right now, does Takeaway have kids? All these current news articles, like yesterday, today, does Takeaway have kids? All of them. Everybody's trying to find out, does he have kids? Because he's really a quiet individual. He doesn't share his life like that. But I definitely want to extend my condolences to his mother. His mother is the one here in the middle. And this is an interview that they had together where they were just so proud and boastful about their sons. And I'll share this video too on my community wall, the interview between the mothers. But they were so boastful and prideful of their son. So I'll share that as well. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Quavo. I meant Takeoff. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Kirsch Nick with an N. Kari Ball. This is so tragic. You definitely wasn't supposed to go like this. I mean, nobody is expected to go the way they are, but this is definitely unfortunate. We can all point blame. We can all say, you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did that. But this is what they do. We don't know what other situations they were all in where it got hot like this. It just wasn't reported on and no one died. So this should serve as an example to all of them in the community. First of all, if you need an organization like Mob Ties to protect you when you go to an area, then you don't need to be going. Your worth and your value is a lot more than what they're offering you. They're offering you hours of service, a moment of an experience, a little bit of time, a little bit of clout. But your value, the money you can make, that's longer. That's next year and the years after that. But if you're not here to do that, I would never. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. So that's just my take on it. And I'm not saying that anybody is a suspect unless the police say it. I'm not accusing anyone. Everything here is allegedly. But I wanted y'all to see the full picture, the breakdown of how we walked through this, how we got here, what actually fucking happened. That's what happened. Everybody gonna come out here with a story, something, but the nuts and bolts, the meats and potatoes of this story, I just told you, literally, that's what happened. Oh, you said takeaway, Takeoff. I'm so sorry. God damn it, Takeoff. DJ Academic said the black community needs to stop protecting criminals, then write and rest in peace. He snapped. It's funny because he was walking that very thin line on his live. He literally was. He was like, he kept like, I would go interview the girl, but y'all would be like, I'm snitching on the police and shit. But man, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm trying to get to these. What about now? Check, 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 check. There was only 40 people, a private event. The reason the young lady knows who had firearms is because it was clear that only the mob had guns. It's still no sound? Oh, shit. What the fuck? Testing, testing, testing. 1 2 3. What about now? Good. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Your sound. Yes, Sassy. That's absolutely it. That's absolutely it. And she did not want to say it. Even the girl, the witness number 2 on Storm Monroe, she only said so much. She didn't want to say it herself. She's like, I'm gonna say this. It was Jazz Prince's people. Well, who was Jazz Prince's people? Mob ties. Literally, it's mob ties. Um, and he's donned all in mob ties. Mob ties. So I would back away from a group like this, an organization like this. I don't need to pay nobody. I mean, then you're supposed to be street. That goes against it. Y'all better watch how 50 Cent rearranged this whole career. After 50 Cent blew up and got money, he still maintained that hoodness, that hood edge, that look, but he ain't like how he used to be. You gotta back away from that shit. It's so sad. I really enjoyed you this morning, but it's time to take the kids to school. Have a good day. Thank you, 3 Heartbeats. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And good morning to the kids. Have a good day at school, too. You're good now. Thank you. I can hear. Okay. Thank you, Chantel. Good morning. All right, y'all. So that's all I have for y'all this morning. I just wanted to put that together. Now, it's going to be a lot of videos out here. It's going to be a lot of more information coming out here that I didn't cover. Literally, probably 7:38 a.m. right now. There's somebody out there getting some pieces. I don't know what time today, possibly the police may come out and say, hey, we have a suspect. So I'm going to stay tuned. I might be live again tomorrow morning with some more information update to the story. But if you want to just stay tuned to me updating, follow me on Twitter at King Roman News. Follow me on Twitter at King Roman News. I'm retweeting everything that I find, everything that I see. I'm retweeting. There's things that I didn't even talk about here that I've retweeted because I just thought it's so sensitive and graphic that I don't want to put it on my channel. They've already age restricted the last 2 videos, so I learned my lesson. So thank y'all for being here this morning for the good breakdown. Thank you, Sticks girl. Thank you. I've been there, and you know who's who. I'm praying these women because they are definitely in harm's way now. Yes, Sassy. That's the sad part. Because even how you see how Jazz Prince Jr. walked past those ladies, sort of like, don't ask me fucking shit. It was like, you're disposable. Don't even get me don't get me to talk about the kind of women that we saw there at the party. Okay. Let me pull this picture up. I can't zoom in, but if y'all see what I mean. Right. So thank Thank you. No, you leaving? Yeah, I'm about to get ready. Get ready to start my day, start my work day. Thank you all. Thank you all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to the members, the subscribers. Thank y'all for being here this morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning with some probably hot topics. I'm gonna get back into the hot topics swing. I've been local newsing it up for y'all. Cover some stuff in the hot topics world. Anything y'all want to talk about or cover, please drop in the community wall under some other posts, and I'll try to catch up on it and we can talk about it tomorrow. But thank you for being here. Join me again tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. In the morning. I'll definitely be here tomorrow morning. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to everybody that support the channel. Thanks to every content creator that came in the room. I really, really do appreciate it. I always appreciate seeing y'all when y'all drop down. I hear y'all perspective on your channels, and then to get to see y'all in the chat, it's always a great connection. So thank you for that. And I will see y'all on the motherfucking flip side. Y'all have an awesome ass Wednesday. And until next time, crew and news crew and subscribers, moderators, members, deuces.
Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go.